Olsen. My job position right now is Master Geek. It's a little bit of everything. I do everything from manage our web servers to writing software for the web servers to make the websites work, writing code and working on robots, and occasionally playing with toys, which is a very fun thing to do. My university, I graduated in 1986 with a technical degree from a community college, and everything I have learned since has been the hard way, which is sometimes the fun way. The conferences were a workshop with VEX and a workshop with hacking a Hexbook toy. The VEX workshop, we were building a small robot that was a little autonomous robot. It could drive forward, it would bump into something, back up and turn and try again. The highlight of that was seeing the students engaged and really happy and excited when it moved, and they plugged everything in and turned it on and it took off running. That was very much fun. And then the hacking the Hexbook toy was a very similar thing. We were using a microcontroller to take over a toy and turn a simple toy into a autonomous robot. And the highlight for that was seeing one of the kids in the design challenge take my program to a whole nother level by teaching the robot to walk a pattern or dance a pattern, and then he would come back and the robot would play it all automatically for him afterwards. That was definitely a highlight of that. Robotics is important because it teaches people they can do things. Writing software, which is what I've done for a living for 20 plus years, is rewarding, but when you write code, you don't see the software do anything other than make some things on the screen, like a web page or maybe some graphics. But when you're doing robotics and you get into writing software for robotics, you write some code and you see an arm move, or you write some code and you see it drive across the floor, stop before it hits the wall, and turn around and come back. And you're taking your software into a physical realm, and I find that very rewarding and exciting. It was hard to make it happen. It took many years, but through meeting people, meeting the right people, finding the right connections, and a little bit of luck, having some friends leave a company and go work for someone else, and then it's a nicer company to work for, so they invite me to come interview, and I take that job. So I've kind of worked my way up. I did a lot of my initial programming in the telecommunications industry, call routing, call tracking, call billing, and I moved up into doing web design as the web group, because I started programming before the HTTP protocol was officially adopted. And as we've seen the web build, I kind of took that. That was a hobby at first, and I turned that into a job. And then a little later, I started tinkering with robotics on my own, and I had an opportunity to come work for Innovation First, and then I made robotics my job. Always take the chance. Always. If it looks like it's going to be fun, do it. If it doesn't work out, you can always go back. Don't burn any bridges when you leave a company. Make friends, keep in contact, and if you take a step out on a challenge or on a risk, and that fails, you can always fall back on your friends. Innovation is very important. It's the foundation of the company that I work for now, Innovation First. We believe that you have to innovate first. If you want to build something, if you want to do something, you will need to innovate and do something different than anybody else has done before. Innovation to me means thinking forward, thinking ahead, and looking at new ways to do things, not copying somebody, And even if you're doing the same product or same service, doing it in a better, more innovative way. It's important because it's a way that a country can develop and increase their technology, which will then increase their quality of living in most cases, and increase the number of jobs available in their economy. Technology. Was it Arthur C. Clarke said that any technology sufficiently advanced is as magic? So by keeping it's to me, technology is a magical world. We're doing things that we've never done before. We're seeing things that we've never seen before. Through technology, we can reach farther into the stars and see things that we've never seen in our galaxy or in other or in other galaxies beyond, in our universe. We're seeing things close up, imaging DNA and changing things even at such a small level that was, unheard of 100 years ago, or unfathomed 100 years ago. Technology is this delving into magic and reaching into the magical world of things that aren't yet possible, but soon might be. I enjoyed it very much, and I'm very grateful for being invited. What I have in common with the students is a passion to learn. I graduated college well over 20 years ago, and it's been a constant learning experience since, and I've never stopped learning. I'm always looking for new things, and my attention span is short, but robotics seem to be holding it longer than any other subject. Very good. I'm very impressed with their desire to learn, with their discipline. They are all very, not just polite, but attentive. They understand when things are explained to them, and then they know how to take the initiative and work. When we were doing the workshops, everybody was eager to learn and to do things, and that was very impressive to me.
Okay. What do you think about activities like this one, like FIT?
I love FIT. I had no idea what this conference was going to be like when I stepped off the plane in Guatemala. It was my first time visiting the country, and I must say it's been a very pleasant experience. The FIT is a wonderful way to get the kids motivated, to get them excited and moving towards technology and interested in maintaining that technical degree and hopefully taking a career in technology.
How is to be an engineer?
To be an engineer? I don't know if I consider myself an engineer more than I do a tinkerer or a hack sometimes. It seems to me like a proper definition of an engineer would plan everything out before they start working. Although I know that's not always the case. But I tend to learn by doing, and I don't pay attention to the math until I need to. But being an engineer means thinking constantly about better ways to do things, improving things as much as possible, and mostly having fun with that magical side of technology, reaching out past what we know we can do now and seeing what the future holds for us. Just that I'm very thankful for being invited down, and I'm extremely impressed at how friendly and helpful everyone is. If we needed something or if anything had to be done, people stepped up, they did the work, they finished it, and within moments, whatever problem was presented was solved, and I just liked that. Other things I've noticed when we were upstairs in the cafeteria the other night, and we walked in and we were looking for a place to sit, and suddenly two people walk up with chairs and say, "Here you go."
Oh, that's nice.
And they saw the need before we did, that we needed a place to sit, so they they saw that need and they fixed that need before we really knew we had it yet. And that was very impressive. Creation is where we go. Creating things, making things, building things, creating art, creating music, creating technology, and creating jobs. All of those things are possible with science, technology, engineering, math, all of that. There are new technologies coming out every day that we've never seen before that are creating jobs for people. If we look at the Apple Store or the iPhone App Store, that didn't exist 4 years ago, but now there are thousands of people employed writing software for a phone. That's a whole new industry with a whole new wealth of jobs for people to have. We're seeing advances in medical technology that are creating jobs in other forms. We're seeing advances in mechanical technology that are creating jobs in factories. We're seeing them take away some of the repetitive jobs, but we're also seeing them create more of the higher tech jobs, the engineering jobs, the tooler, the guys who make the tools, the guys who fix the robots. So a lot of these jobs are being elevated, and technology is the one way we can create more jobs faster than any other method.
And better jobs.
And better jobs, yes.